Hello, this is Mr. Baker. I'm going to review our syllabus for strategies for learning high school math for the second semester. This is spring 2015. Please be advised that there may be some changes from our first semester based on student feedback and on my own reflective practice. About the course. This course is a supplemental mathematics course designed for students who have had past difficulties passing standardized math tests. Most students are concurrently enrolled in either Algebra 1 or math models. The objective for this course is that by May, students will be ready to take and pass the STAR Algebra 1 test. The STAR Algebra 1 test is the only standardized mathematics test students need to take during high school and must be passed before students can graduate. It is offered 3 times a year, and students who do not pass this May will have to take it all 3 times a year until they do pass. It is therefore in the student's best interest to put as much effort into this course as possible. This course will teach and reinforce concepts taught in Algebra 1, but it is mainly focused on test-taking strategies and practice. This course follows a flipped model where students spend in-class time doing work traditionally assigned as homework, practicing their math and test-taking skills, and gain instruction via videos online at home. Students are expected to spend most of class time taking practice tests, reviewing their past answer choices and test-taking behaviors, reflecting on how to improve, and reviewing algebra concepts with which they struggle. Students are also expected to spend 20 to 30 minutes a night reviewing math concepts, watching online instructional videos, and contributing to our online class discussion. About the instructor. My name is Mark Baker. This is my first year teaching at Judson High School. Before coming here, I taught courses on SAT and ACT test preparation at schools in Utah and Pennsylvania. I received my bachelor's degree at Brigham Young University and a master's degree in educational psychology at Penn State University. I'm married and have 2 wonderful children, ages 5 and 3. I enjoy performing magic, playing strategic board games, and spending time in the great outdoors. I'm available to tutor in any math subject on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school or at other times by appointment. My office is G231. Students and parents may contact me at any time at mbaker@judsonist.org. Please allow 24 hours for a response. Parents are also welcome to conference with me or to visit the classroom to observe or volunteer. Please provide with at least 24 hours advance warning. This bottom section here is, I want you to bring back students, please. It says, parents and students, please sign and date below. Students, please return signed form to Mr. Baker as soon as possible. I have read, understand, and agree to the course syllabus. I agree to contact Mr. Baker with any questions or concerns I may have this semester, with space for a parent signature and date and student signature and date. The course TEKS. The state of Texas assigns a number of learning objectives, known as TEKS, to every course offered in public education. The TEKS for strategies for learning high school math are as follows. Number 1, the student understands that there are errors relating to receiving content, which include inappropriate socialization, failure to produce reinforcing materials like notes, failure to participate in reinforcing actions, discussions, misinterpretation of content, study issues, and unfamiliar vocabulary. The student also relates these errors to disruptions in the teaching and learning processes. 2, the student understands there are errors related to demonstration of knowledge. Output errors include concept errors, formula errors, algorithmic errors, not answering a question, careless errors, and errors related to personal effort. Students will understand that certain behaviors exacerbate output errors and that output errors can be related to input errors. Number 3, the student knows that there are certain physiological influences that affect the learning process. The student further understands that certain factors are genetic, some are environmentally influenced, and some are the result of behaviors. These factors include learning disabilities, innate mathematical ability, nutrition, sleep deprivation, anxiety, work ethic, and drug use, both prescription and recreational. Number 4, the student will understand that disruptions in the learning process are often caused by multiple interconnected factors. This would include connections between input errors and output errors, connections between physiological factors and input errors, and connections between physiological factors and output errors. 5, the student is expected to develop effective A, intellectual curiosity, reasoning, problem solving, academic behaviors, and work habits. In addition, all K-12 mathematics courses include process TEKS, expecting students to apply mathematics to problems arising in everyday life, society, and the workplace. Use a problem-solving model that incorporates analyzing given information, formulating a plan or strategy, determining a solution, justifying the solution, and evaluating the problem-solving process and the reasonableness of the solution. Select tools, including real objects, manipulatives, paper and pencil, and technology as appropriate, and techniques, including mental math, estimation, and number sense as appropriate, to solve problems. Communicate mathematical ideas, reasoning, and their implications using multiple representations, including symbols, diagrams, graphs, and language as appropriate. Create and use representations to organize, record, and communicate mathematical ideas. Analyze mathematical relationships to connect and communicate mathematical ideas. And display, explain, and justify mathematical ideas and arguments using precise mathematical language in written or oral communication. Classroom expectations. My goal is to create a learning environment which provides the best opportunity for all students to be successful. Students will show respect for our expectations by being ready. When everyone is seated, has their homework completed and materials ready, and is mentally focused, as soon as the bell rings, we can immediately begin learning and save valuable time. E. Engaged. What you learn is ultimately up to you. I'm just your guide. By taking interest in the subject, asking questions, and ensuring your own understanding, nothing will stop you from achieving amazing results. S. Sociable. Everyone has unique experiences, strengths, and weaknesses. Learn to clearly express yourself and fully listen to others. You will grow individually and will all be better off as a class. P. Persistent. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The greatest thinkers in history were wrong most of the time. You will be too. Don't get discouraged, just keep moving forward. E. Evaluative. While making mistakes is a sign of learning, making the same mistakes repeatedly is not. Cheerfully accept feedback from me and from your peers and become a more successful student. C. Creative. There are always multiple ways to solve problems in math and in life. Let your creative side shine and discover what you can uniquely contribute to the conversation. And T. Thriving. Follow these guidelines and enjoy being a successful math student. These expectations apply to all course activity within the classroom. It also applies to online activity. Be aware that anything posted online can be accessed by anyone at any time, so please make sure all online discussion is respectful and professional. Consequences may include redirection, warning, student conference, parent conference, and then office referral. An office referral may result immediately depending on the severity of the infraction. Materials needed. All students will need a 3-ring binder or a 3-ring prong folder for the semester of class. These can be bought at Walmart for $1 for the binder and 25 cents for the folder and need to be acquired as soon as possible. I will provide 3-prong folders for students unable to afford them. Students also must have a pencil or pen every class period. Students who do not have these two materials at the beginning of class will be penalized on their daily grade. In addition to paper and pencil, we'll be using Chromebooks, TI Inspire calculators, and textbooks on a frequent basis. I will supply the same accommodations for in-class practice tests that are available during the STAR test, including A. Scratch paper, B. Colored pencils, highlighters, and markers, C. Color overlays, and D. Blank place markers. Your student has already had a homework assignment in which she explained these accommodations to you. My hope is that students will come to know which accommodations work best for them. Classwork. Each Monday, I'll introduce a new test-taking strategy to students in this class, and we will take a paper test and try it out. For example, we may discuss ways to mark questions based on how difficult they seem. Tuesdays through Thursdays, students will correct their tests taken on Monday and analyze their responses in detail. Among other things, students will determine how well they were able to manage time and stress, analyze the wrong answer choices to see what common traps appear, and review algebraic concepts. Fridays will be a day for review and reflection. Fridays will also be a reward day, provided students behave well throughout the week. Homework. Each day I'll have homework posted on my website. These include videos for students to watch and an online forum for students to respond. Students will receive a handout describing what constitutes an appropriately thoughtful online response. Students are required to write at least 3 online responses each week and must respond to at least one other student's response as well. Students who do not have access to the internet at home may spend time in class completing their online work using the Chromebooks. Parents also have homework each weekend. You and your student will have a conversation at some time over the weekend when your student will teach you what they learned that week. You, the parent, are to write a short summary to be returned on Monday. Grading. All departments at Judson High School are required to give the same weights to these 3 categories. 1, tests, 40%, 2, daily work, 50%, and 3, homework, 10%. Each of these 3 categories is described below. Tests, 40%. Students will take a test every Monday. Their raw score will be entered as a test grade. Students will be able to make up lost points by making corrections to the test throughout the week. Corrected responses will be graded according to their thoroughness. In addition, students may elect to take additional practice tests on the computer during the week. These test scores will be weighted the same as the regular weekly tests. There's no penalty for not taking these online tests. 2, daily work, 50%. Students will be given 2 grades each day based on their adherence to the classroom expectations and the course TEKS. A, ready. Students will receive 1 point each day for having a pencil, 2 points for having their folder, and 4 points for being in their assigned seat when I take attendance. Each day has a maximum of 7 points. And B, engaged. Students will receive 8 points in the beginning of the day. 1 point will be deducted each time I have to ask a student to put away their phone, put away makeup, stop disruptive conversation, return to their assigned seat, or otherwise be redirected to engage in classroom work. Students may spend a daily engagement point to use the restroom or get a drink of water, but only if they still have at least 1 point that day. Students who end the period without any points left will have their parents contacted before the end of the day. Homework, 10%. Please check my teacher website daily for homework. Typically, students will have to view a short video or read a short excerpt online and post a comment or question in response. Students will also have to respond to at least one other student's comment or question every week. I will post 4 homework grades each week, 3 from the online responses and 1 from the parental weekend summary. Again, this is my syllabus for the Strategies for Learning High School Math course for Semester 2, Spring 2015. Students and parents, please sign that you've read and understand the syllabus. If you do not, if you have any questions or comments or concerns about it, please feel free to contact me. Either come in and talk with me or give me an email. Again, my email is on the front of the syllabus, and there is a place for students and parents to both to sign it and students to return it back to me.